Hi there, I'm Nikita and welcome back to my channel. Every country has something unusual, like for us Indians, if we say we are 5 minutes late or if we say that we will be there in 5 minutes, we usually tend to take 30 minutes or more. Similarly, Germans also have certain things that are unusual for an Indian, especially for somebody like me who had never traveled the world before I came to Germany. I found so many things that were so unusual that I tend to wonder, is that even possible? So in this video, I would like to share with you certain things that I as an Indian found unusual in Germany when I was new here. The very first thing I found unusual here are the buses. They are unusually long. I still remember the first time I wanted to take a bus to university. I was at the bus stop and the bus stop had a crossway right next to it. So the bus was supposed to come from the opposite side, take a left turn and then stop at the bus stop. I saw the bus, I was ready with my student card, and the moment I was about to enter, the bus was slowing down and I thought, it's strange that two buses are so close to each other, and I was wondering if the first bus is stopping here, the second bus is still in the middle of the road and it has to stop somewhere. When the guy stopped the bus, I realized there were no two buses but one bus connected to each other with a spring sort of structure, like kind of two wagons connected with a spring structure, so that whenever there are curves, the spring structure helps the big bus to take a turn. The buses are so big that they have not one, not two, but three doors sometimes. The first door is right next to the driver where you show your student card, ticket, or you buy a ticket. The second and the third door are usually supposed to let the people out. Only in certain cases when there is semester beginning and there are like lots of students in one go, they also allow you to board the bus from the other two doors. But usually it's like that you only board the bus from the door which is right next to the driver, and the other two doors are left for the people to get down. Of course, when the buses are too big, they are spacious. There is also enough place for accommodating Kinderwagens, the baby prams. In the same bus that I boarded the first time in Germany, there was so much big place and I thought, maybe this place is because the seats are taken out, but then I realized there was a tiny symbol right next to it. This place is specially made for Kinderwagens, that is the prams or the wheelchair people. And this place was not big, like it could accommodate only one pram and it would be like kind of very not too comfortable, it would be like tiny. It was a big place that could accommodate two prams in one go. And if you would accommodate two prams in such a bus, there is still some place left for the mothers to stand right next to their babies. The more I live here, the more I see, and since I also now have a baby and I travel with the Kinderwagen or like the baby pram all the time here and there with the bus, I see how practical it is to have Kinderwagen places in the bus, because if there is a mother traveling with a baby in a pram, she somehow cannot take any bus, because if there is no place for the pram, she is kind of handicapped and she has to take either the car or she has to walk to that place. Another thing which is also very unusual, but it is positively unusual for the students, that whenever we pay a semester fee, we get a ticket, and with this ticket we can travel or we can use the public transport for free in the town where we are studying. Not only this ticket is allowing us to travel in the town for free, but also the nearby towns, and also we're allowed to use certain regional trains from one city to the other for free. I find this thing very nice because first of all, not everybody owns a car or a scooter to travel from the place where they live to university. So if you have a public transport, plus it is for free, plus when it's frequent, like in Germany, like every 15 minutes there is a bus, or every 20 or 30 minutes there is a bus from somewhere in the city to your university, it becomes very comfortable and very easy to travel from one place to the other. Especially when you have lectures in the early morning and then for 4 or 5 hours no lecture and then again a lecture in the evening, you are just motivated to take the bus to university, go back home, and then take another bus to go back to university and come back. Most importantly, free public transport is also motivating students to take all the time public transport and not take something like a car or a scooter and add to CO2 emissions. Alcohol in supermarkets was one thing that surprised me, like I remember I was in a supermarket and I was going to pay, and a friend of mine who was a German, she asked me, hey, you can take a wine, there are wine if you want to have wine in the evening. And I was like, but I don't want to go to a special shop to get a wine, because in India there are special shops to get liquor. Then she said, no, you don't have to go to a special shops. We have a wine section here. You can get vodka, you can get cocktails, you can get other kind of alcohol. And I was so surprised. If you ask me, I find this amazingly good, because I believe the more restriction you put to a certain thing, the more people, or like human beings, the more they tend to go towards it. So if you have all these things like readily available and you can access them directly by going to a supermarket, you tend to ease down and say, okay, maybe, I personally believe that, I don't know how other people feel, but I think you tend to then say, okay, one day or the other, maybe I'll grab something. But if you put them in restriction, like these things are only available at certain shops, and plus if you go there to buy and people look at you like, why are you buying that? Or like, oh, she's drinking, it's kind of creating a negative vibe. So I really like, it was pretty unusual for me, but I really like this concept of alcohol being readily available in supermarkets. Talking about alcohol readily available in supermarkets, when there is a time of Oktoberfest, which actually takes place in September, universities in their lunch have beer as a menu. This was first thing that was so much blowing my mind away. It was the first shock of my life that I thought university is a place where you tend to be like, I go, I come back, I study, I give exams, and I write again, and I just repeat that on the loop. Here, the university environment is so locker, like so open and so flexible, and it's so cool that whenever there is an Oktoberfest, you have beer available in your canteen or Mensa, which is like a big canteen where you can have your lunch with your buddies. Although Germans have a say, kein Bier vor vier. Of course, students, even sometimes professors, or like people who are taking lectures, or like parents, they go to university and they just enjoy a big glass or two of beer with their lunch. Drinking habit of Germans, not the drinking habits when it comes to alcohol, but like water drinking habits is also pretty unusual. I have now traveled at least 8 to 9 countries in Europe, and by far Germany is the only place where I've seen that people drink soda water on a regular basis. Maybe I haven't traveled the world this much yet, which is of course true, but I have never heard from anybody who said, okay, soda water for us is a regular drink. If you go to supermarkets, you will find regular soda water, medium soda water, and then comes the normal water with no soda in it. I tried drinking soda water in the beginning, but I must say, to me, it tastes like soda water, and whenever I'm having a thirst, whenever I want to drink water, I can just not imagine drinking 2-3 glasses of soda water and feeling like, okay, now my thirst is gone. I just somehow cannot imagine. I've tried to get into this taste, but my body and my mind and my soul just doesn't allow me to do that. So those were a few things that I find in Germany unusual, but now since I'm living here since 7 years, almost 7 years, I have almost gotten used to these. I would like to know from you if you have found something unusual here and you think, okay, that is something my country people don't do, and this is pretty much like, is it even possible? Let me know in the comment section. If you are new to my channel, if you like my video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon, because that's how you will be notified each time I am posting a video. Much love.